Right, I'll see me here at the Willys. We have here a VW Golf. Sorry if there's any wind noise, but I can't help that. It's been to a garage and they said it needs a new turbo, and obviously it was quoted, I think, over £2 grand. So he's given me a call. I said, yeah, we can work a way around it to make it cheaper, which is by replacing the actuator. Obviously we're just going to show you how we test it and how we fit it. So I'm looking at the turbo here, and if we unplug, let me just get the parts on. We unplug the actuator vacuum there, and we connect our own vacuum to it. Put that in, and if we try to vacuum to it, you can see it doesn't hold any vacuum. It's not, the gauge isn't moving. If you look at the live data there for the turbocharger actuator, it's at 2800 millivolts. We connect back up the tube here, we go to 2490, 2500. Okay, inside the car we've got flashing glow plug symbol, engine management light on as well. So the garage who diagnosed this, they are right, it does need a turbo, but if you want to do a workaround, you can obviously just change the actuator on this. It's the actuator that's faulty, not the actual turbo. So we are going to change the actuator. So I don't know if you could hear me out there. I know I had the engine running, but when we disconnect the vacuum from the turbo actuator, we pull vacuum with our pump. It's not moving, so it's not holding vacuum. So that means the diaphragm in the turbo actuator is broken. Actually, I've got a new one here. So I've seen this car a couple of days ago. It's come back now. I've got a part for it to fit. I'll show you the new actuator so we can see the difference. Okay, so here I've got a new actuator. We've just got our vacuum gauge attached to that, and if I show you on here, we'll start pumping it down. You see the gauge is coming down, and now if I show you the actuator itself, look at the rod. When we disconnect it, it should move out. So that is holding vacuum. So here is the fault codes P256300 and a P00AF00. Turbocharger boost control position, sensor circuit. So I'm just going to get the airbox pipe here off from here to down to the turbo itself. Okay, so just pull this off. That's it's just like a little lock clip that holds the bolts in place there. That's for the actuator itself. Okay, so what I've had to do here is I've trimmed off a little bit of the bottom of the bolt. It's a bit too long. We've got 10mm, deep 10mm into it there. Now we've got it loose, we can run it off with our finger basically. Just like that. So just down the side here now we've got 3 T30 bolts. Get them on. Just get them on open. That's the 3 of those there. Okay, so that's the old part out. So you can see there the bolt, we just had to screw it all the way down. What I've done, just trimmed, you know, the bolt was a little bit longer, I had to trim some off so I could get the socket under it to get it off. But obviously if you undo these bolts here, you can lift it up, which will lift up the whole actuator. It's worth checking that that's not stiff as well. And if you lift that up, it gives you a little bit more space, but I just decided to cut that off and we can get our socket under it. Okay, so again, if we look at checking this, you can see it's not pulling vacuum, and you see there if we keep pumping it, she moves a little bit, but it falls back in immediately. Put some glue on there, and I'm just going to measure it into place where it should be. It's about exactly the width of this 12mm socket. See if we compare the old one. Obviously you can use the measuring tape, I can't find my tape. So if we just get that in the exact same position as the old one, then we should be good to go. That's the new part fitted on there, and we've just put the battery and everything back together. So we've now fitted the actuator. We had to get it to sort of sit around that area there. If you look at the actuator millivolts, otherwise we adjusted up and down, say 3800, light was flashing, anything above 4, and it was just about okay. So the rod on the actuator, we had to adjust it up and down with the bolt. It was quite hard to get it back on, to be honest, but I ended up having to change the ratchet I was using to like a little stubby one, which made it a lot easier. But now we can see we've got full boost back. It accelerates all the way up. So that's where these live data numbers are looking once it's idling. Now I don't normally have to do this. I've changed a dozen of these in the past, and all of the ones I've changed, I've just set the nut in exactly the same place that the old actuator was, and it worked fine. This actuator obviously came from online somewhere. I don't know where the customer got it from. It was slightly, I mean it's the same, but the bolt holes were offline. I did have to drill them to get the it had 9mm bolts in the M9 bolts in there, and it would only fit say like an M7, so we had to drill it out a little bit to get the bolts to fit in. Immediately when I saw that, I thought this is not the right 100% right actuator, but we got it working. Like I said, I've fitted dozens before. As long as we just get the bolt in the right area, then it's normally okay. But this one, we did have to adjust it up and down a bit on the actuator bolt just to get it in that sweet spot where it wants to be. Right, so that's it, all done on that VW actuator, turbo actuator. See you in the next video.